Good day, everybody. Bryan here, quantlabsnet.com. Okay, today is the September 13th. As you know, I'm overseas. Right now, I'm about an hour north of Zurich, Switzerland. I'll be returning back to home base first week of October. Anyways, I wanted to put together a video this time around about why I focus on probably one of the highest paying automation, programming, computer science jobs out there, which is low latency programming in the world of high frequency trading and C++. I've started in C programming many years ago. Probably most people weren't even born back then. C is now the fourth most popular language, or has dropped back according to the TO most popular programming languages. So the question is, why am I focusing on this language, C++, along with low latency programming, and in the world of high frequency trading, namely futures and options asset classes? To be truthful, if you look online for many jobs, specifically in India, in Britain, and USA, you'll find most jobs, or some jobs, not all, even in this economy, you may find jobs that pay over $1 million per year compensation in either British pound or US dollar. So it's quite an incentive right there. In order to achieve that, you have to be really knowledgeable in both C++, Linux, the core of Linux, the kernel, the networking side of Linux, and all done in C or C++. There's some Rust coming out of it, but purely if you look at job descriptions, you'll see most high-paying jobs pay all in C++. Python will be there as well as part of the front end. So why do I focus on it? To be truthful, it's you. You're watching this video. You may have visited my website. You may have opted in with your email on my website. Thanks for that. We don't release your information. If you want to do that, you'll see the link below, and you'll get access to a quick and dirty C++ high frequency trading book I put together a few months ago, and people download them. So please go there for that. I'll put that in the description of the video description as well. So going back, is C++ is pretty well the language of choice for high frequency trading. Java used to be out there. I don't see it as much. Same with C#. Python's obviously taken a role in algorithmic trading, specifically in quant analysis research. So Python's another big portion of that. So if you're doing any type of work and trying to find the right tool sets, C++ and Python in Linux is pretty well the best way to go. You can, of course, go into different categories of both languages, depending upon where you go. Quant research is usually the highest paying. You have to be a math wizard, which I'm not, but if you're a math guru, come out of a Ivy League school, MIT level, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, Stanford level for the US, you'll do quite well, specifically coming out with a PhD. So again, why do I focus on that? Well, it's because I know that there's a demand for it. Many people like me with an interest in programming, maybe some people in C++ or technology will just say, wants to get in this field because it's very high paying. To be truthful, self-taught is an okay way to learn. But you got to be in the right circles of people to really know how to do high frequency trading properly, specifically on the network level. What you find on a lot of YouTube and other social media, you should question. I mean, outside of the professional talks you see at the C++ conferences, those are fully legit to watch. But there's a lot of, I don't know, I'm not going to say, but there's people pretending to be what they are, but they're not. Fortunately for me, when I look up some of the people that opt into my email list, a lot of them, as I said, have been managing directors. Uh, we have principals of large hedge funds, banks, and private equity. So they're interested in what I'm doing and what I'm saying. That's how you get networked into jobs. So why do I focus on that? It's just what I said. You're obviously interested in what I'm saying. Our opt-in rates and our watch times are can be quite high depending upon the video, and career can come out of it. But here's the thing: is that it's one thing to talk a lot. I did have somebody question about my trading potential and my verified trading. That can be all fine and good. I have purposely sent out 2 separate emails. I think it was yesterday, testing that. Most people don't care about my trading. They don't care about my trading results. I think it's just one way to verify who you are and what you say is that brings validity and credibility, no doubt on that. But generally, most people don't seem to care about my trading capability. What they're interested in is learning about the technology and how to get there, and specifically how to get into the career. So why am I focusing on this? Because as I said, it's the highest paying out there possible. You have to be very good at what you do. So here's the thing. You know, as I've bounced around in London, UK, I've put out a video on that. Throughout UK, now Switzerland. What I'm finding is there's a lot of specialties out there, but how do we, as a private group, collectively network? Because there's no other private network out there that's safe for people that can share ideas, share trading techniques, share coding techniques without having to show who they are. I know there's a big demand for it, and I want to focus on that in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to be focusing on that. I want to promote that. I'm trying to show that verification in trading is important, but from what I'm seeing, nobody seems to care about it. And the way for you to communicate to me, to let me know what you want, is either through the polls, the surveys I put up on here on YouTube, and via comments. I read every comment. I don't get a lot of comments, so it's a good volume, and I try to respond to people that have something valid to say. We get the spam. I get the occasional one that is obviously trying to be a troll, but I ignore those. But a lot of the comments that come in, I do pay attention and I do respond to. So this is where I'm at now. So what am I going to do that helps you out? Here's the thing. As I said, there's no private network out there for something like this, for people anonymously to engage in a group of people. It'd be like a golf course. It'd be like a country club where you go in, you enjoy what you do. If it's golf, let's say, there's a social element to it. But the problem is with these type of sensitive topics in terms of trading ideas, in terms of research, in terms of the like, nothing's out there, and there's a huge demand for it. So what I'm thinking of doing is to put out, starting out in early October this year, 2024, is to start out with a 2 courses. Well, really 1 course, but it's specifically to learn how to do algo trading, I guess you could call it, but specifically with a C++ focus on it. And it would be really designed for for futures and options. And we know that most high frequency trading shops, more valuable ones, higher revenue generating ones, do focus pretty well only on futures and options. I have mentioned the course before. Again, it's pretty well an open source course from UC Davis. You can go on to YouTube, search UC Davis Futures and Options course, and that's a course to role model off of. It covers everything. It's basically a systematic approach on how to both trade both asset classes, futures and options, and there's a systematic approach to trade, let's say, options versus futures And we're not talking about options in equity and stocks. We're talking about everything but stocks. So we're talking about treasury, commodity, including gold, which obviously is going to do well as the markets start to deteriorate, silver, other commodities as well, oil. We also can cover treasury, financial. We've got the gilt and the bund, and all kinds of other currencies as well, be it US dollar, British pound, from a future and options perspective, along with crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum, or Ether. But the volumes are just not there on the mainstream Chicago CME. And also included there would be market indices like NASDAQ, S&P, and the like. And that's what you focus on. And out of that, there's high volumes and building a private network around that for people to be part of, people to participate in. The website that I've just kind of launched a new one, quantlabsnet.com. You can go to the bottom to subscribe to get a sample of how everything's working and build up a private community around that. And on top of that, learning the futures and options and the C++ on top of it, plus with the Python as well. And specifically, you want to focus on Linux. I'm thinking of using something like called SciChart for the charting, which is kind of expensive, but it would accomplish a lot for the charting, and which is pretty important from the options charting point of view. So this is what I'm thinking of doing over the next few months, starting in the second week of October. And you pay an annual fee, no different as if you were at a golf course club or a country club. We'll put it that way. And there would be no high initiation, but it'd just be a fee. Every year you pay, and you're part of a private group. You could sign in anonymously. Nobody needs to know who you are. And you engage in the group, which is built on Wix, the website technology, which has been really good. And you could have, which I have built out private groups. So one on quant analytics, so on trading ideas, what's going on in the markets, and then more of a technical one in the programming one. So get access to that. I want to do private webinars, which I can easily do with Wix. If there's enough people, I can build out a custom mobile app available, built around Wix as well, and it'd be only specific to my audience, both public and private being paid. I can also do online events on there, and I don't need to be affected by what happens on YouTube, so I can, you can speak freely, censor free on Wix, as far as I know, and not be controlled by the other social media, including YouTube. So that's what I'm looking at doing. So here's the thing. How it works is it's currently $500 US, or $4.99. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it in US dollars. I used to have it at Canadian dollars when I started out with Wix. Then I converted it over to US dollar. And now what I'm looking at to do is to just flip over the price from $4.99 US dollar to $4.99 British pounds. So that would be roughly about, coming from a US dollar to British pound, you'd be looking at about a 30% increase, and keep everything in British pound from here on out. Why? It's the strongest currency in the world. And even in its weak days right now, it's still the strongest currency in the world. And that is what I'm looking at doing. And probably just having the one membership fee. If you're in, you're in. You're not interested, that's fine too. And considering I have not done a lot of posting with video or on the website, I'm very surprised in the number of email opt-ins I'm getting every day. So if you're part of that, thank you very much. So that's just running as an operation organically for free. And for me, if I started doing paid ads, what kind of response would I get? So the next question is, it's setting at $4.99 US dollar for a while, and then bumping it up to British pound, which would be 30%. And then who knows from there, and it'd stay in British pounds from this day forward, or when that conversion base currency happens from US dollar to British pound. So that's what I'm looking at with a complete everything that you get on the website, the quant analytics, the analysis of that, and the private commentary on the programming. And I'm putting news in there every day and that sort of thing, and doing more private events. And everything can be done via, as I said, through a custom mobile app, be it iOS on iPhone or iPad and Android as well. That's not a hard switch over. It's just a matter of making it happen because it'll be mimicking the website anyway. So that's what I'm looking at. And that's why I'm focusing on this area. There's a huge demand for this. I'm really shocked at it. And focus on the high frequency trading aspect, low latency programming, obviously the auto trading. I think with the trading view, I'd still like to focus on that as well because I think it's the best platform out there for that. And if I want, I can also focus on MotiveWave as well and use some of the advantages of both TradingView and MotiveWave. I think MotiveWave is easily the number one retail trading platform on the world, but you got TradingView as well. It's a different story. And with the TradingView, I put out a video about the tick data availability that you have on TradingView as well. Always remember, if you're getting serious in trading, you have to always remember it's not cheap to get data. With TradingView, it is. And the broker of choice I'd easily go with is Interactive Brokers because I've been now in UK, Germany, Switzerland now. I'll be going in Italy and into France. Guess who covers all of those countries? Interactive Brokers. So that's why I like them. They're very friendly for programmers. They're one of the first retail brokers out there that have helped developers, software developers as well. And they're pretty, excuse me, they have a fairly low commission rate as well. So I'm not saying you go high frequency trading with Interactive Brokers, but if you can somehow move it up, depending upon the size of your account, you can move into prime brokers as well. I might reach out to somebody I know in London to see if there can be a arrangement made for members, depending upon the volume we get. Let's see if we can get a discount as well for SiteChart as a community as well. And I'm not giving you the platform, but what I'd like to do is to be able to show you how to build out such a platform, high frequency. And again, the best part is it's your platform, it's your code. As a private community, we can do that. Now, in terms of size account of trading account, I'm probably going to bump up my account size from the minuscule that I've sat at, a couple $100, under 1,000, and then bump it up to big time, 25, maybe 40, 50,000. I'm not sure yet, but you can easily scale it up from 10, 15,000. If you have the ability to size up your account at least at 20,000, 25,000, you should be comfortably able to start futures trading. But I wouldn't go that route at the beginning. We want to make sure that everything's tickety-boo, everything's profitable. Because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just give you the code, and that's it. They're not going to give you the trading ideas. They're not going to give you the strategies. They're not going to give you the quant modeling. I like to do that as part of the private membership. Going to probably try to bring in some people that are experienced traders, give them a membership, let them be able to be a private member as well, and contribute their ideas as well, because you would be really surprised. People will open up behind paywalls where there's not available on the internet. It's not publicly available. It's behind a paywall, and it's private. People will open up immensely because they know it's cost of admission to be part of that group. That's what I'm looking at doing. That's been specifically for, call it high-speed trading, maybe. High-frequency trading is possible when you go with a prime broker and the like. It's just a matter of investigating it and depending upon your account size and see what happens as a community. You never know what you can get as a private community that's part of this. Now, in order and technical knowledge, I think you can start out with little programming experience, but be forewarned that the concepts that will be thrown into this is going to be hard and heavy. So if you're struggling trying to keep up with the technology in terms of the coding, be forewarned on that, because it's not going to be, this is the place where you're going to learn C++, you're going to learn Python. You're going to come in as an established programmer. That's going to be an automatic assumption. Doesn't mean you're not welcome. You are. But just understand, you have to get yourself up to that pace. If you're going to go into a country club, you can start out as a beginner, but if you're going to want to participate as a serious participant, you're going to have to get yourself to a certain level of experience in golf. I don't play golf, of course, just giving you a comparison, of course, here. But that's what I'm looking at. So if you have an interest in this, I think this can be great for career path. I'm going to try to bring in some of these high-level contacts that I've mentioned privately. They're going to be there anonymously. So part of the group, I think they'll make it a high success, is based upon if people come in privately, engage, put their ideas out, they may get the attention of these recruiters. I shouldn't say the recruiters. They're managing directors. They're managing partners. They are principals in these large capital firms. Bring them in. And if they like what they see, they may reach out to you. And the whole technology is there with Wix. So it's a great way to network with people. Obviously, it's going to be done anonymously. But if we can bring out this kind of community, private community, a payable community, an accessible community, great. But I do know there are some people willing to pay big money from it. There's one of my comments just went up last week, and with other people, and they're looking at, they are willing to pay up to $10,000 to be part of this kind of group. Obviously, it's not going to be that price, but if things do really well, things start as a community start to profit for what's being built out with the trading platforms, and it's very lucrative, of course it has to go up because it's extremely valuable to certain people. So that's what I want to say. This is why I focus on it, because of the potential of it for a lot of people, obviously including me, and the other people that want to be part of that. And it may be able to be a way to find top coders in this space, and maybe, just maybe, interacting with actual hiring directors and people that run divisions in these large firms, banks, hedge funds, and private equity. So there's that as well. So if you are the kind of person who's going to whine and complain about it, don't come in. I've been in enough circles of communities when you have people that are very negative, whining. It's not a very effective group. And if you can't afford it, there's other places to go as well. But this is going to be a very high-end group that I'm wanting to put out and see where it goes. Because if I have put out a video, I think it was last week, about could I do private events in a facility in London. There is an interest. Question is, are they willing to pay for what it would cost? If there is, then we do that as well as part of the membership. And why London? It's pretty well outside of New York, the competing capital of the world in finance. So I'll leave it at that. And I think to know this, to have the seed in your head, to go with it, this is a really exciting time, especially as things start to slow down for a lot of people, both in jobs, careers, and we haven't even talked about AI is starting to replace a lot of coders as well. So you may be in a position where you might have to do your own trading, build your own wealth on your own, using the same concepts that you want to learn, but it also helps your career as well. So there's two purposes to this for anybody who might be remotely interested in it, and career as well. Because career, there's a lot of options now that people have been laid off. Let's face it. People from various trading firms have been laid off, have highly experienced. They're going to be first in line to get jobs. So this is just another way to build up this community. Let me know what you think. If you want to be part of the email list, as this will launch eventually, and let you know before the conversion from the US dollar to British pound as well. Get on the email list. You'll see the registration link below, and you get my C++ and HFT, so there's no cost to you there. You can always get out whenever you want. And more importantly is, let me know your opinion in the comments. If you're already on my email list, you can email me anytime. I'll respond and give you my honest opinion on something, because I know very few people talk about it. And if you're new, join the group, the email list. Again, the link below, and get that ebook. And if you're already part of the group or a watcher or subscriber on YouTube, comment away. I'll respond. Yeah, and thanks for everything. And this is why I focus on this as well. It's to help out people. And yeah, I want to build out a private community group for this topic and this subject, and build out something really productive as well. All right, thanks for watching and listening for a good 25 minutes. Have a good day. Over and out.